Weird. Well, anyway, hello everyone. This is just a quick trailer reaction since I don't know if Wight will be able to come on the Thursday live stream where we take a look at the trailer. So this is going to be interesting, where it's me, a guy who has read all the books, and Wight, who is unsullied.
Oh man, that word has another meaning in another era.
Yes, don't worry, you're safe from me. I'll find Maggie and she'll sully you up.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on a sec. I thought you were gonna ship me with that other person.
Well, Maggie's just fun, more fun.
But it's not. But it's not bestiality with the other way though. Kinda. I'm not sure on the rules.
Okay, you can go with Saphira. Aaron, it'll work. And Rachel Weisz, maybe we'll just make the new rule that you guys can both turn to human, and that will work because Rachel Weisz, still in her in her early 50s, still looks good. Anyway, so I believe I'm sharing audio. Everything looks good.
Yep.
I am Moirane Sedai. 20 years ago, I learned a secret. A vision of a baby being born. A baby who could change the world.
Oh my god.
In the last age, the Dark One was trapped by the last dragon at the cost of almost everything.
Huh.
20 years ago, the last dragon was reborn.
Oh my god.
We don't know where or to whom.
Representation.
What I do know is that my mission is to find them.
Oh.
But we're running out of time. The Dark One is waking. His whispers are already in the backs of our minds.
The Dark One.
If I do not succeed, the Earth itself will burn.
No,
and the whole world will
It was the Lord of the Rings guy from the tower.
There will be one who can stand against him. The dragon has been born again. Who is the dragon reborn?
Honestly, not too much to go off of. No. There's very little material here. But I guess, like, as a non-show watcher, what are your thoughts?
It sounds interesting, kinda.
Kind of generic Eric fantasy, I guess.
Oh my! Look at that! That looked like fresh off the printing press.
What this?
You go back to the lady with the horse.
Right
there. I can't see because it's pixelated on my end a bit, but it looks like it's never been worn.
Yeah.
And the horse straps are kind of like brand new too.
Yeah. I guess they just haven't aged it, really. Yeah, so a lot of it is kind of just like the dragon kind of saying like there's kind of saying in the last stage there was a guy who locked away the devil, or in this case it's more similar to Morgoth than Sauron, really, because something a little bit more powerful than just an archangel, seemingly the dragon is going to be reborn, and it's kind of the framing is around kind of thinking that it's it's like the last dragon kind of was a guy, so to me that kind of eliminates the idea that it's going to be anybody else but one of the three boys. But it's kind of framed as though like these three, but maybe it's just a shot. I don't really think that there's any implications that Egwene is really that. So, since that's not really how reincarnation in this world works, but like, there's kind of a lot of interesting things. Like you see a dark fog. I think at one point you actually see something like really weird. Let me see if I can find it.
Go back.
What?
No, go forward.
Right here?
Yeah. Just keep playing it.
Yeah. Good little transition. Oh, I see now. I realize. Oh, it's a horse being eaten by the fog.
No, the fog.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah. Same. Well, I've never seen it actually. So we're getting a lot of like burning imagery. I think one of the things like we're finally like getting like what is the conflict of the show to the normies. Though there is one kind of thing where there's a lot of like weird imagery, like they've got a bunch of sheep that have been disemboweled.
By what?
My initial thought is Trollocs, because Trollocs eat anything.
Oh.
They're this kind of version of orcs, and they're more bestial. But let me actually slow it down to...
Oh, that might also help the quality.
Let me raise it up to HD. Let me change the playback speed to 25. But kind of one of the things like they're doing is... like one thing they're doing is kind of like... That's actually really kind of clever is the Yin and Yang imagery that they're doing. Like kind of like if you look closely, like this is a Yang symbol, since Yang is the white part of the thing, and then this is kind of in this world, kind of it's the flame of Tarvalon, which is kind of the symbol of the female magic users, and then this is the dragon's fang, which is kind of a bad luck symbol. Though it's also used as kind of representation of men who can channel or stuff like that, because men who can channel in this world go mad. That's what she's referring to. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's very straightforward. The kind of, there's a chosen one she's trying to find him. And that's pretty much, that's the main thing. And we get introduced to kind of shown a lot of like various types of imagery. Like we get to see the Murderal again, this weird sucker thing.
What's sucker?
Yeah. Not really anything else to go off of. Kind of the thing with the horses kind of is really friggin' disturbing. I kind of hope that they really like lead into the horror elements of Wheel of Time, because there are a lot of horror elements in the show. And there's a lot of like strange, creepy imagery that are kind of is lodged in my brain. But what do you think? Like, just as a just a connoisseur of fantasy television, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I would actually see it, like the show, to actually judge it, but
yeah.
Just besides, like some of the costumes just look too new, and they're just kind of just fresh off the assembly line, stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
And I don't know how much the budget is, so I can't really complain about the whole CG thing. I noticed that like the whole logo and everything kind of reminds me of the Game of Thrones logo a bit.
A little bit. Oh, it's like 10 million per episode.
I don't have a point of reference yet. What was Game of Thrones per episode? At least in the later seasons.
So the season 6 had 10 million per episode, whereas the earlier seasons had 6 to 7 million. By season 8, it was 15 million.
Jesus.
So this is about 2/3 of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, this show's already has a lot more going into it than Game of Thrones did at its beginning.
Yeah. And partly, like, it's leaning more into the fantasy elements, and they're doing a lot more landscape film land location filming than Game of Thrones did.
Impression.
There's also more CGI budget. They're leaning more into the fantasy elements. Like there's more magic.
Well, D&D didn't want magic, so
yeah, because they're punces. But kind of like this is kind of the major, but I think like stuff like this like kind of shows where kind of like they're putting the budget into it. And they're also doing a lot more magic. They're also like this like looks pretty friggin' gorgeous, I must say. And the compositing is pretty good. And also kind of like this is like I must say the scale of this city. Like I kind of so this is a place called Shadow Logoth. It's a kind of this eldritch city that is a weird demonic mist living inside of it that will eat you, as we saw with the horse.
So wait, so I don't think anybody lives here.
Oh no, nobody lives here. It's there.
Oh,
it's
just
avoided.
It's an abandoned city. That's interesting already.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of, kind of, but not really. It's not even the same. That's not even comparison. I was thinking about that.
Yeah, the city in Dance with Dragons.
No, it was kind of that one a shy or something, shadow something. I forgot. It's like very vague now.
Yeah,
it's like some far off land where the sun hardly ever shines.
A shy by the shadow.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think this is different because like at least you can kind of live in a shy. This place is unlivable, especially after dark, unless you have an Aes Sedai like Moirane. And you see a little bit of the magic, not as much as in the previous trailer, but you do see it. And they're kind of like, it seems as though like they're kind of like, at least like to the normie audience, it seems like they're kind of like trying to kind of like ask the question of like, who is the Dragon Reborn, and kind of like trying to make people theorize which of these four it's going to be.
I'm already getting more Game of Thrones flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
PTSD, I guess you can call it now. How many times have we theorized on shit just for it to mean bugger all in the end?
Well, the nice thing is, since the books are all finished,
doesn't mean they can ruin it. Can't ruin it.
That is true. Since I need to read the Expanse book since I've been watching the TV show, and I like it, and I like it pretty good. But my hope. So it seems as though a large percentage of the people who are going to be watching this show are going to be. I actually don't know. Since the Wheel of Time, let's actually check the watch number. Okay, so it was released October 22nd, 4 days ago, and it's got 100K, almost 200K views. Okay.
The channel itself is not even all that big.
Yeah, it's only like, well, it's Amazon Prime Video. It's supposed to be the official Amazon thing.
I guess never mind. I'm gonna have to retract that. Probably more
creators, yeah.
Created.
Yeah. So, for reference, House of the Dragon has been out for 3 weeks and it's got 13 mil.
I think we already know what has a better name recognition.
Where A Wheel of Time, the first one had 11 million views
from a month.
Yeah, which that kind of definitely is bigger name recognition, I would say.
Hey Sally, yeah, where's
hey,
the
Sally.
pillowcase that was on the?
Yeah, but it kind of seems like there's like more of a build up for House of the Dragon, even though like The only people that have been hyping it that I am aware of are Dragon Demands and Gray Area, and a little bit,
Yeah, I can't stop almost every day he's posting a new video, and I just stopped watching them.
Yeah, well, kind of like a lot of it's kind of spy photos, and spy photos
I mean,
aren't
bugger all.
that interesting. Yeah, and honestly, like I just don't find that very interesting, to be perfectly honest. I'm kind of more interested in like actual analysis of behind the scenes stuff, like when he just barely put out the video about like stunt problems in the industry, where apparently like I think earlier today actually, where there's where Benioff and Wight, like it seems like WB has been doing this kind of crap like Dumb and Dumber has been doing for a long time. Like the show, I think that they were filming the movie Rust, and I think just because like they didn't hire proper like gun safety professionals, Alec Baldwin let off a live round, and I believe that that's somebody died.
What situation in a Hollywood movie would you actually need live ammunition?
Well, I think that they just mixed it up because it's supposed to be a prop gun, and he was just practicing the draw on it, and
shouldn't it be blanks?
Yeah, it should have been, but it just went off apparently. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, apparently the onset armor did not know that there were live rounds in the prop gun.
Why would they have... What use is live ammunition in a film?
I don't know. It's just... Yeah, he was pointing the gun toward the camera. It was a cold gun. All three prop guns were prepped by Aaron. Like, apparently, like, Rust is... so he also... Oh, so apparently it was a gun. It was an antique era etiquette appropriate gun and not a prop gun, and they accidentally loaded it. That's not good.
And what happened? Anybody get hurt?
Person died.
Oh.
And yeah, the cinematographer was fatally shot. And the assistant director was shot in the shoulder, I believe. Yeah. But yeah, that's the Wheel of Time trailer. Not much analysis. I think like it's not really that like it just kind of like is pretty straightforward. There's a lot of it's kind of just focused around like the character of Moirane. But I'm interested to see what the show brings to us when it comes out finally. But that's pretty much it. Till then, I'll see you guys later. Adios.
Ciao.